my little friend Jenny that I talk about all the time owns a fitness complex. One part of it is just where you go as a member and you work out, you do your everyday things, your cardio, your weight training, that sort of thing. And then the other part of it is a sports agility and strength training center for athletes. Athletes from 8 years old all the way to NFL players and NBA players. And it's called Jet Performance Labs is what that's called. Well, she and her family have been in the race business for a long time, the racing business, not the race business, the racing business.
There's a difference.
And their companies have sponsored cars and owned teams and done all of that kind of stuff for years and years. It's called Durst Incorporated. And so Saturday was a big day at the dirt track because there was a car that was completely done in Jenny's sponsorship from her Jet Performance Labs workout facility, training facility. So we were all going in support of that. Now, I don't know anything about any kind of racing, nothing. No, I don't know the rules. I don't know I don't know how you're supposed to act, what you're supposed to say, not say, any of that stuff. I don't know any way to behave. So I go out and it seems pretty casual. So I'm being myself, being silly and whatnot. So the first thing, the driver of her car's name is Tanner. And they were out on the track, and these cars are going blindingly fast around this tiny track, and it looks so dangerous, and it's so loud, and it's just like, oh my God, this is crazy. Well, there was a caution. Somebody had been wrecked on the track, and they had all the drivers stop where they were to get the car out of the way. Well, while the car was stopped, the jet car was right in front of us where we were standing. So I start going, Tanner. And everybody's looking like, what are you doing? Tanner. And he looks up and I just waved at him like, hey. And then he gives me 2 thumbs ups or whatever. And someone behind me said, he is the only person that could get away with that out here. She recognized him from the show or whatever. So they started acting like I had, walked through a playground with no pants on at that point. What is wrong with that? So anyway, they start the race back up. He ends up winning that heat that he was in. But on the last lap to win it, he messed up something in the engine. And so we're all back there at the trailer and everything, and I'm standing back and I'm hearing people talk, and like, it may just be a spark plug, maybe this, maybe able to get into the next race or whatever. So they're talking about all of that, and I went up to the restroom while they were talking about that. I came back down, and Jenny and some other guys and Tanner were up inside the hauler thing, the trailer, and they were talking. I didn't think anything about it. I go up there and I say, oh, that was cool and whatnot. And Tanner is out of his fire suit, and he's in his street clothes. And he said, I think that's it for today. We blew a hole in the piston or something. And I thought, okay, well, this all happened whenever I was up there in the restroom. So everybody knows about this, obviously. I'm going to be funny, and I'm going to come out like I'm informing them that he's finished and the race is over. So I walk down the little ramp out of the trailer thing, and they're all looking up at me. And I do the hand across the throat thing, and I say, he's done. We're done doing that. And everybody went, really? And then Tanner's mom started laughing, and she goes, well, okay, well, explain how he's done. What's the problem? Why is he done? And I thought she was just making fun of me for not knowing anything about racing. And I said, well, I don't know, but he's in his street clothes, so I assume that he's done. That was the announcement that everybody standing around there, including his fans and all, had gathered, that he wasn't going to be racing anymore for the day. Was my clown walking out of there going, he's done, he's done.
He got his regular clothes on.
But what's wrong with that?
He ain't racing no more.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that the conversation, basically in the trailer that I walked in up there on like I belonged, was the driver, the team owner and sponsor, and 2 crew chiefs. And they were talking it out as to whether or not they were going to be able to
Get back in it, yeah.
I just stroll up there and get in the conversation like, hey, anybody need a beer kind of thing. And then come out and make the announcement to the fans and everybody else that he's not going to be racing anymore for the day. He's done for the day.
Somebody had to do it.
Breaking news.
Yeah, I love that. Breaking news. He's done.
He changed.
So who knew that you can't wave or call a driver's name when they're under caution or whatever they call that? And I didn't know that if I would have known that they hadn't made the announcement that he was finished for the day, I surely wouldn't have come. I wouldn't have come out there going, he's done. I was being silly, acting like, of course you all know this, but I'm gonna pretend like I'm the authority. When actually I look like the jerk who thinks that he's the authority on everything.
Yes, definitely.
What? He's finished?
His mom's out there.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
She's like, why? Exactly. Can you tell me why?
Spokesman.
And I thought she was going along with the gag, but obviously she was just wondering when they made that decision.
Did you ever talk to her afterwards and say, I thought you knew already?
I never knew that it never hit me, or I never knew I had done that until later when Jenny told me after we went to eat dinner.
Oh.
That nobody knew that then or anything. That I was the spokesperson now for not only the race team but the company that sponsors the car, the owners of the car, and all that. I'm just the spokesperson. My first race that I've ever even I went to one other, but I don't count that because the dust was too thick, and I walked away from it and turned my back through the whole thing.
It's too dusty.
Because the dust was getting in my eyes and stuff.
You just call it a dirt track.
Yeah, I know. I didn't like it, but his had been raining, and so the dust wasn't so bad. So I count that as my first one.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go out there and do like that.
Made a scene.
Yeah.
Well, the question is, will it be your last one?
Yeah, probably. Not by my choice. It won't be my choice, but I think it'll be my last one.
For all things Ace and TJ, subscribe to the Ace and TJ YouTube channel.